Your contention that Lieutenant Commander Data is not a sentient being and therefore not entitled to all the rights reserved for all life forms within this Federation.
Data is not sentient, no.
There's something called the uncanny valley. It's basically when a computer software or a robot is so human-like, so identical to us, it actually is repulsive. It's unsettling.
What is he?
A machine!
Is he? Are you sure?
Yes!
You see, he's met 2 of your 3 criteria for sentience, so what if he meets the 3rd? Consciousness in even the smallest degree. What is he then? I don't know. Do you?
Westworld has that same effect, that uncanny valley uneasiness. It asks us, what is human? It almost feels like a video game.
The moment in which we create things that are intelligent enough that we can take advantage of them and derive pleasure from them, but not so intelligent that we worry or feel badly when we turn them off. You know, if you play your Xbox and you're interacting with virtual characters, you don't think twice about hitting the power button.
Because in a lot of ways, Westworld is. By the way, how do we treat our video game characters?
What are you playing? Tomb Raider 3. She's drowning.
Yeah.
Is that the point of the game?
Depends what mood you're in, really.
In this world, you're your own video game character. You can be whatever you want, a gunslinger, a prospector, hell, you can even be a wench. You can live out your whole entire fantasy and desires. But what happens when you give humans free reign, where you can basically do whatever you want with no repercussions? What does that say about humanity?
See, their morals, their code, it's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble. They're only as good as the world allows them to be. I'll show you. When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other.
And it's okay because robots aren't real, right? Like, you can tell they're not, can't you? Are these androids people too?
When does a perceptual schematic become consciousness? When does the difference engine become the search for truth? When does a personality simulation become the bitter moat of a soul?
Sure, it's programmed and it's part of bits and codes, but do these androids really experience fear, or is it simulated? Do they dream?
You imagine how fucked we'd be if these poor assholes ever remembered what the guests do to them?
And what about forgiveness? With these robots being just objects, what happens when they realize that they're more than that? Can they be allies? Can they be friends?
I'm pleased to meet you, Ava.
I'm pleased to meet you too. I've never met anyone new before.
This concept really isn't new. Robots have always been there, and the concept of how can we treat them equally, or what will happen when they realize that they are superior to us in every way. And we might think, yeah, because they look like us, that we might treat them a little bit differently, a little bit better than we're depicted in movies and TV. But when you pick up a video game and you're, let's say, a character in a first-person shooter, and you're blasting an NPC, a non-player character in computer games, when you kill that character, do you have remorse? Do you feel bad? Because it's just bits and data, it's code, it's not real. It's supposed to look like us, or it's supposed to look like a monster or animal, whatever, but it's not really real. So, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you just slap it around, shoot it, torture it. So what happens when one day we have actual physical, lifelike code, bits and data, wires in front of us? How will we treat them? I want to know Westworld's answer, because there might come a time, a day, where the ghost in the machine is no longer trapped, and we will be the ones put away and stored like objects.